What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. We are back with Isaac Lim of another very good tournament performance. Hello, Isaac. What did you do today?
So I played Ishizu at YCS Sydney and got top 4.
Oh, very good.
Pretty good event. I think I got really lucky, which is all it takes.
Yep.
It was my day.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go list some reasonings and such, and we'll go from that really.
Yep.
So start pretty standard, I think, kind of line up now. I throw everything. I had 2 Rhino, I think, kind of getting standardized now.
Yep.
Just because it's just pretty standard. There are better cards to play, really.
They're Tearlament. They have Tearlament in the name.
Yeah,
Yep.
much. The standard-ish kind of Ishizu lineup. I didn't actually like this that much at the tournament.
Yeah.
As the tournament went on, I wish I played less Kelbecks, just because it doesn't do anything in your hand a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Even unless you have something like one of these to go along with it, or like a Shaylin, and it just feels not great. I wish I maybe had like a lower ratio, like maybe I didn't play either of these, like other cards.
Okay.
And just kind of like played more like just different cards in a deck, but I'll go with like whatever other play number in there.
Yep.
But yeah, so this kind of lineup here. The only really benefit to these cards is they're really, really good into like non-tier matchups. Like they're really unethical. Like you can just play freely. You have no fear. You hit them. All right, mill 5. You know, it's just
Yep.
Everyone knows what they do. I played the one Herald. I played Diviner in my deck still.
Okay.
I thought Diviner had a lot of really interesting interactions this format that made it really worthwhile in my deck, and it was really worthwhile today.
Okay.
So this card in Theorem can be a level 2, a level 4, and a level 6. It gives you access to, of course, milling 5, or you can go shufflers and stuff. So it gives you a lot of access. And me and Ryan also played a similar card in extra deck. We played Entis.
Oh, okay.
So Diviner can send Entis. So for matchups where they expect you to send like a shuffler, you can just send an Entis, and it makes it a lot freer. This was because I was kind of scared of playing against rogue decks a lot of the format.
Yep.
So decks are playing like Necro Valley or just random floodgate monsters, you know, like Barrier Statue.
Yeah.
This card's really, really good in that matchup where it's just like they don't expect you to have anything, but you send Intusi, and it's just really, really, really good.
Yeah, surprisingly quite effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, it being a tuner is relevant, you know. So I'll go over a little section as well in a moment with this card.
Yep.
So put that aside. So I also play triple Fenrir in my main deck.
Okay. Not very standard.
Yeah, so I don't think many people were on this card, and every time I had it, it was just insane because it kind of boils down to the fact that because no one's on it, no one knows how to play around it.
Yeah.
It's like you slap on the board, and it's like, are you gonna answer it? You know, it's just like you can just instantly like force battle phase, either activate anything, you chain link, you can use the effect to try and banish a card, and it's just like this card in zone can sometimes force like 2 or 3 interactions out easily. So it's really, really good, and every single time I had it, it was insane. The only thing I can think I may be changing would be playing 2 instead of 1. Sorry, 2 instead of 3, and then starting the 3rd one for other cards in the main deck. But it was really good at 3 though. You want to see it basically going first mainly because it's like a lot of the logic behind Fenrir as well. Like going first, you can just put it on your side of the field, and it's like if they like Bestial, you don't really care unless it's like a Magna, it's not as great. But if it's like if they go like Sarania or something, or Druid Swim, just banish it and they lose a card for free. They don't get any face surge, and it's just like it removes a lot of the bullshit, kind of like turn 0 playing if you draw this card, which is really, really nice.
Yeah.
And of course, into matchups like those like floodgatey kind of decks, and it's like rogue, it's a noob stomper basically.
I like it.
Now the last month there was a Druid Swim. I didn't actually play any more Bestials.
Okay.
I think this is where my deck list differs from a lot of like popular tier lists as well. So no other Bestials in the main deck. In testing, I was just like, if they mill 5, or if they mill 5, you mill like a Magnemize Darker, and then you lose, like then you're playing against like more interruptions during your opponent's turn. It just felt really awful in testing, so I opted against it.
Yeah.
The same logic can kind of go for Fenrir though. Like if this gets milled and they play Orsa, it can be the same kind of situation, but I don't think many people were on that card.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think it was a safer bet. And then obviously this is in the main deck, so you can distill.
Yeah.
You take the Magma and then search this during your turn, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It
It's
came out-
good
it-
enough. Yeah.
It came up a lot doing that. It came up 2 or 3 times today.
Yeah.
Like even against non-tier matchups where you just kind of like where their only strategy is to play Distills, you can do it and it gives you a free card to play during end phase. I played against Branded Bestial twice, and they milled tons of like Bestials and stuff, and I took Magnemite searched my own Druids, and it came up a lot in the match. Like matchups like banish their their Lubellions and stuff, and it's really really high value.
Very nice.
So one of the main other spell like Planet Talents is what I played 3 of.
Okay.
Now Talents was a last minute addition to the deck. This was either going to be 3 Imperm or 3 Super Poly. So it was Imperm before Tactics, and then it was Super Poly prior. So the logic behind Tactics was that it's really really good going first if your opponent has Bestials. So like if they kind of Bestial you can still play the game without that fusion. Like you can extend further, use Talents, check their hand. They don't have any interruptions, you just full combo them and you don't care anymore. Dire Straits, draw 2 cards. In other situations, taking ones can be really impactful as well. So, yeah, taking like Rulu Colossus and stuff, where you kind of protect yourself from Bestials, came up a good amount. But yeah, this card was really good.
Nuts card.
Yeah.
God card.
I double Scream. Now, this is the one thing I'd change about my deck. And if I was going to be taking cards out, 4 cards in exchange, it'd be more copies of Scream.
Okay.
And also more copies of Salic.
Yep.
So I only played 1 Suliak, and that's, I think, one of the deck things I didn't really like about my deck. And I was like, the longer the tournament went on, the more I missed the second Suliak.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when you are milling, you'd mill like, this, you already have this, right? And you mill this, or it's like you mill this, and then you mill this, and you can't get anything, and it's like, it just feels kind of bad.
Yep.
Even like if your opponent's tier, like sometimes they just go mill 5 and you mill like this and this. It's like, damn, I guess I'm going to just Scream 1. I mean, like Suliak 1.
Yeah.
Or it's like if you draw it already, it just doesn't feel great. So yeah, ideally I'd be playing a 3 and 2 of this. That'd be the main changes of the deck. You can take out anything you don't really like. You can even take out the Talents, honestly. You don't have to play that card, but... Or this card, actually. So Econ.
Okay.
So Econ is another card that I've been harping on about for months on end before this format. I thought it was good in the start of Pote format, where it's kind of like, it doesn't seem good, but it actually is quite impactful the more you think about it. So a lot of the time it would be more so for dodging cards like Suliak, which is actually one of the big things that it was good with.
Yeah.
So for example, it's like,
yes, your main girl.
So
Diviner,
and so basically these are the main draws. I guess like Druid Swarm kind of fits into this application as well, and even maybe I guess Rhino. So these are like all the main applications with like Econ, where it's kind of like you use these effects and your opponent's going to be wanting to get rid of them. So like this one's not really, but this one is. These 3 are. So like you use Diviner effect, you can Econ tribute it. It has another effect. I don't even know how many times it's ever been relevant in another deck when this is played. I don't think it ever happened in Drytron.
Yeah, because it's not legal in Drytron.
Yeah, so if you tribute this card, you can summon a level 2 fairy from your deck. So it gets orange light.
Yeah.
So if you have Econ Diviner into the Flunder board, it breaks the entire board on its own, assuming they don't have obviously Featherstorm or anything else. Because it sends enters, you pop the barrier statue, you can Econ take their big bird, and then you can summon an orange in deck, and then you get to make a sprint, which gets you the Predaplan, which is obviously really good into that matchup. They're offering 2 cards, if you're going second, you have 4 other cards in your hand you can play with, and make kids going from there. Dodging cards like Suliak was really, really important. Even cards like Imperm was going second was really, really important. Because it just lets you resolve your effect. They don't get the card. Suliak was the big one, where it's like they kind of Suliak and they're relying on sending the card to actually fuse and kind of play from there. But if they don't get to do that, it changes the entire pace of the game. Like there was a game where I had Fenrir. I used the effect to search. He didn't stop it for some reason. I attempted to go battle phase, and then I attempted to declare attack, and he went selected to negate the effect to banish a card, and then I chain Econ, attempted taking his Zulu course, and then he crimed it. And then I just went main phase 2 and just put the one I searched back on the board, it's just kind of like... it's just there. Then obviously with Brian, it was the same kind of situation where there's Suliak and you can just kind of Econ dodge it and stuff like that. And you go, your play goes through, you don't have to fuse the monster from the field. taking elves, taking elves was actually a really big one
Yeah.
because into Sprite, in 3 of my Sprite matchups, I summoned a Fenrir and I used the effect of Search and tried to Toad, and then would chain Econ, and then you clear this, so it's not on the field anymore, and then they can't chain the elf to take back the Toad, to bring back the Toad, and then you take the elf, turn off the double cross if they have it, and it changes the tempo of the game like immediately. And it's just really good. They scare you, and obviously then your elf is live, you can use it, so this was really good every single
I
time.
regret not playing Econ. I should have played one as well.
Yeah, I had a bit of a fever dream situation where into a labyrinth. My opponent,
Absolute dream.
dream combo. My opponent activates sets 2 cards, activates Heavenly Prism, activates Necro Valley, and I start my turn. I summon Fenrir, use the effect of Search. He activates Skill Drain, and then he activates his Heavenly Prism in hand. I look at my hand, I've got Econ. So when he summons it, he sets like a D barrier, and then on new chain I go like Fenrir effect, target your Necro Valley, I chain Econ, shoot the Fenrir, so it resolves, and I take his Heavenly Prism, and
Yeah, so gross.
activate my field spell, pop his Skill Drain, game's over from there.
So gross.
And then I guess instant vision terror.
Of course.
They don't need any explanation.
All right. So yeah, pretty not standard based on the current trends.
Yeah, I think for the current trends, it's a very different list what a lot of people are playing.
Yeah.
Fusions, I mean, these are all really standard at this point, right? Like, I don't think there's anything different outside of the Entus. Yeah, I mean, the only reason you play this card is for Divine target more than anything. You can fuse with it to make like the Predaplan, because you can keep recycling it, or you can just shuffle it back. It can come up a lot. It's really standard, I guess. Like, there's not much in the extra deck that's really out of the ordinary. I feel like, because I'm playing Diviner, obviously Baron's in the extra deck. I was tossing up between this card or Chenghis. So Chengying, the Sword Soul card. Ryan played Chengying, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I don't think there were many games where Chengying would have been different from a Baron.
Yeah.
But they serve similar purposes of being a big body. But like Chengying with like the shufflers can be like a banish on demand, and it can also be really hard to actually out for a lot of decks as well. The attack loss is really relevant, especially with Scream. It's like they can have a battle phase you essentially, which is like the main way you lose. Side deck. So I did side the Bastilles. They weren't in the main deck, but they're in the side deck.
Yeah.
It's kind of necessary.
Yeah, Magnum One is just so broken.
It's just too broken. You kind of need it for the mirror match and such. Yeah. I played the Necro, the Banshee with the Zombie Ward kind of package there. It's just for flu more than anything. Like, you have Happiness or something where you can kind of mill 5 and you can kind of slow them down. It's kind of needed. I had a Scatter Shot and I never used it. I never put it in. I just, you just play quick, play normal pace. Deck's not super hard to play. Once you actually, I guess, know the effects and stuff there and kind of know what you want to do. I never needed it. Not once did I ever go into time. Triple Dark Roll, this was for Sprite more than anything because I'm not playing like the Mannequin Cat Toad with like combos. It's kind of obnoxious. So you kind of need to beat it.
Very nice.
Flunder as well, same kind of situation. Barrier statue, just Dark Roll and Prey. I played like just like some back row killers, Heartbeat, and Crime for what I'm going first. So the deck, you just evenly stuff like that. The card you really lose to. So Crime just winning when I was going first more than anything.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Top 4, unfortunately 4th place, but
Yeah,
that's
unfortunately 4th place. Yeah, I lost to Jesse in top 4.
Dramatic.
Yeah, I haven't played much Yu-Gi-Oh in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, if I had played a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh in the last 6 weeks, I think I would have had a better shot because I honestly in that game I just felt very inexperienced in my deck because my hand was really awkward and I was just like, wow, how do I play this hand? And it was pure inexperience basically. So.
Okay.
Yeah, shout outs to everyone involved, for the trip here. Ryan, John, Bin, the fellas. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Peace out, YouTube. See you next time.